I definitely know the feeling, and that's something that we're working on at the moment to try and, once we've got those systems, having someone step in and then be able to manage those systems so you can effectively hand a site to someone and take them through the process, be it the SEO method for me or whatever method the individual develops. And like you said, because it comes down to having that consistency, quality and diversity. I think you ticked all the boxes there. You talked about having that checklist as well when we were up to after the blog networks, and you've posted out some articles to things like Unique Article Wizard and whatnot. Then looking at things like bookmarking and social media, are you bookmarking, what things do you end up bookmarking? Are you looking at bookmarking, like, I suppose the only way I can like put it into words is like, are you promoting the promoters? Are you promoting those promoting pages, or are you just focusing on promoting your core site?
Just the core site, actually.
Yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
And the results that you guys are getting, like, because I know we've talked about some of them, and like that PR3 first page listing for a 69 million competing phrase, that's excellent. Is that like, have you got multiple keywords you're going after for that particular domain name, or?
Yeah, we do. On that one there, I mean, because it's relatively new, we're only targeting about 5 to 10 key phrases on that. We're first page for, I believe, 3 of them, and second page for 4 or 5 more. So it's definitely very effective. It works. We're also testing another theory whereby you do lots of backlinking and lots of work on your site, and then you kind of let it rest a little bit. The thing is to keep it looking natural to the search engines is what the theory is. Instead of, because a normal site that gets lots of traffic doesn't get lots of traffic all the time. Like it's not on an ever swing or ever increasing upswing. It's you get it's like when you get mentioned on Oprah, your site gets bombarded and then it kind of goes down a little bit, then you go on to another talk show and the activity around your site goes up again. That's kind of what the search engines look like, and we're finding that as well. Is we stopped actually promoting that PR3 site. We heavily promoted it November, December, and we stopped at the end of December, and it actually pushed us up to about the top of the second page, number 18. And now that we've stopped promoting, we're actually seeing that site rise further in the engines. Yeah, which is really cool. It moves up onto the first page.
How heavy were you promoting that? Like, what sort of things were you doing? You talked about the different things that you do. To get those sort of rankings, what sort of things were you doing?
That one actually we were just doing articles on. That was a test site to start with.
Just on Unique Article Wizard, or you also using things like eZine articles, or?
Yes. Yeah, we were submitting to eZine articles, Buzzle, Go articles, a few of the top ones. Yep, but that's generally it. That's the only 3 that I submit to on the outside of the distribution systems. But in that particular case, it was just UAW.
Oh, for this one, it was just UAW.
Yeah, but then the top 3 like eZine and such.
Yeah, and what sort of? Because you mentioned, okay, you promoted it quite heavily in those couple of months leading up to Christmas. What sort of volume were you pushing out for that sort of thing?
Generally, my memory is slipping as I get older. I would say we were probably running about 5 articles at a time. Had them throttled at
like a week. Is that what you mean, or? You mean?
No, at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, normally an article going out when you have it throttled at 30 or 50 a day normally takes a couple weeks to go out. So there would be 5 articles running at a time.
Yeah.
So overall, I think, we probably put out 20 or 30 articles through the system on that.
Yeah. And the type of links that you're sending, because in Unique Article Wizard, you can obviously embed, or down in the resource part, you can have more than one link. Are you sending through to the domain name plus a deep link, or you're sending through just to the home page with whatever that primary keyword is? Are you sending them anywhere else? Like, some people talk about having other links on there. I know you mentioned you didn't do the promoting pages, but where were those links going in that resource box?
Actually, we generally send out links. We usually put 2 links in the resource box. We send out the links. One is generally both to the homepage, but different keywords or key phrases. So we target 2 different key phrases. Yep. Yeah, 2 different keywords that we're targeting.
So, and how varied are those? Like, I mean, that keyword, like, we always talk about, you'll have your primary plus your secondary or your third, but really all they are is variations on that primary. Or are you going for things quite different, like, let's say, SEO technique versus, SEO training? Are those?
No, generally the information that we use is the synonyms generated by either Google's keyword tool or Market Samurai, something like that.
Very cool. Okay. Synonyms, that's a good idea.
Yeah, because we use the synonyms. The theory is that you get some juice from being powerful on the long tail keywords that adds to the top level keyword, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose that answers one of the questions I usually like to ask is where you see the best bang for your buck, and obviously using Unique Article Wizard, it's a core part of the marketing that you do, and you can see that just on that last little test or case study that you did run. Have you been documenting that? That'd be really cool to get out as a case study.
Yeah, we're hanging on to it. We're still playing with it. That's one of the things is unfortunately testing in this stuff isn't like putting up a A/B split test on a page. It's a 5-6 month or sometimes even longer to get really good empirical data that you can make a solid call on. Especially with the new algorithms coming into the search engines and stuff. It's interesting to see what's happened in the last few months here since Google's rolling out its caffeine engine and stuff. And so,
have you seen much of a change, like with? Yeah.
Actually, on all our tracking. I'm not going to say this is to articles. I don't want to sound like a pitch, but we heavily use article marketing, of course, and we use lots of the sticky organic, that I like to call it. And we saw that most every site that we had went up in the rankings and also went up in PageRank, which just kind of leads us to believe that, what we've been hearing all along is, content is the king of the internet. So, as far as getting good bang for the buck and backlinks and stuff, naturally I'd say article marketing, as it provides long-lasting backlinks that are sticky, like I mentioned.
Yeah.
And they can also grow organically. You can post on, just to go back to Ezine Articles, you post on Ezine Articles and you end up with a whole bunch more people taking your content from there and posting on their site.
Yeah.
So you've got that organic growth. But the same thing with video, and any other organic method we talked about earlier. If you put up a good video, it can go viral. It can change your business dramatically in a matter of days.
Yeah.
So I think that's the best bang for the buck. And articles and media like videos are great because they virtually have that indefinite lifespan. They're there 2 years down the road as long as they're relevant. If they have a good quality, relevant content, they're just like news stories that never seem to disappear from the search engine.
Yeah.
And the great thing about these methods, for all the marketers, is that they're free, or they're virtually free for marketers just starting out. If you're just starting up an online business, it's so much different than an offline business. You don't get the opportunity to test out your marketing for free in the offline world. You call up your local radio or newspaper and ask them, can I try out for free to see if your ads work? I don't think you'll get a response, but that's the great thing about the internet. There are free ways to test just about everything. Eventually as a business grows, marketers will want to begin using automated and managed services to increase their marketing effectiveness. And this will help them save time and offer them the opportunity to work more on their business and not so much in it.